everybody. Lance Russell and Dave Brown right along ringside. And by golly, we're ready to go with what is going to be a super day of championship wrestling, baby.
Indeed. We're going to begin with a Southern Tag Team title match today. And this one, it'll be Kevin Sullivan and Wayne Ferris against Bill Dundee and the Dream Machine. The Southern Tag titles on the line. Yes, sir. Then we're going to have another tag match. Coco Ware and Eddie Gilbert will be going against the Big Bounty Hunters. It'll be Dutch Mantell against David Price, Roy Rogers and Tim Leonard against Mr. Onita, and Masafuchi. They will have Tojo Yamamoto, the manager, with them.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll just have to see how much time we've got left. We may not be able to get in 2 or 3 of those in there because we've got this big Southern Tag title match coming up, and it is going to be a special. We're going to be back and explain how our good fortune was maybe somebody else's bad fortune on it as to how we ended up with the Southern Tag title. We're looking forward to it today, though, when the Dream and the Superstar put it on the line against Kevin Sullivan and Wayne Ferris. Haven't seen them together. Should be quite a challenging team. Let's get ready for it, and we'll be back in just one moment. I'd like to take a second to explain how our good fortune came out to have the title match right here on Championship Wrestling on television. It was originally scheduled for the Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis, Tennessee. There have been some complaints out of the area, and I'm not telling either one of you guys something that you don't know, from some of the teams, and there seems to be more of this complaint about hometown decisions and all of that. And there's some complaints from the teams in Florida, some in the Carolinas, where they would like to have the AWA Southern title, in Georgia, in many places, as a matter of fact. The AWA listened to it, and in effect, Billy and Dream, they kind of supported the fact, and there seemed to be a pattern. I don't think there was anything intentional, except the promoters obviously are interested in having you defend your title here for the people. But they supported the fact that maybe you have been staying too close to the area, the Mid-South area. And so a decision was made that the Dream and Billy are going to have to hop on the Big Bird and go down to Florida and wrestle down there. And it means that the match that was originally scheduled for the Mid-South Coliseum the coming Monday night has been transferred to television today in a tough match indeed, Kevin Sullivan and Wayne Ferris. How does it make you feel about having to leave the area and go flying down to Florida to defend?
Well, it makes you feel a little nervous, Lance, and I can understand that the other guys complain about that.
Well, they're complaining about hometown.
Everybody down in Memphis likes the Dream Machine, they like Bill Dundee, and they have a home court advantage. That's quite true, because I love to wrestle in Memphis, and if you get down and the people get behind you, you get rocking and rolling, you usually come out winning. I don't know how it's going to be in Florida. Maybe they won't like us, but I can just tell you this. We're going to take them to Florida, and we're going to bring them back. And if you don't believe me, you just ask 270.
Oh, Daddy, we're going to get on that big white bird. We're going to get on that big white bird and fly south. You know, you got to go south for that southern love it. But Memphis, Tennessee is always a superstar in the Dreams. Home away from home. You know, I'm going to get down on that beach. I've got me a new pair of jogging trunks, and I'm going to get me a lot of sun. I'm going to get me a lot of sun around nothing but the whites of my eyes. Nothing but the whites of my eyes. I might even shave my beard off and get me a good tan around here. But you know, it's a lot of foolishness. I want to get these jive turkeys right out here in the ring today. Get them right out here in the ring today, and I guarantee the belt's on the line, and we're going to be moving, grooving, shucking, and jiving. Superstar, let's get it on. Let's get it on, baby.
Okay, fine. There you got the Dream Machine, the Superstar, heading to the ring. And while we always like to have the guys defending their titles around Memphis or Louisville, Evansville, Lexington, wherever, we are, in fact, wishing them the very best of luck, not only today, but when they have to go down to Florida and defend their...
I put the Dream, baby. Look at that big blimp up there. Look at the heavily bodies are back together. Look at this. Come here, Wayne. Come here, baby. Add all the Lance here, darling.
Yeah.
Baby.
We'll be looking for you in the ring in there.
We're going now. Come on, darling. Let's go.
Okay. We've got the action about ready to get underway with the Southern Tag Championship. It's Kevin Sullivan kind of got hung up on his posing routine there. But Hart got him back to the ring, and this is going to be a scrap.
Yes, indeed. Championship match, Southern Tag titles on the line. One fall, 60-minute time limit match. Introducing, at a total of 455 pounds, the challengers with their manager, Jimmy Hart. From Boston, Kevin Sullivan, and from Memphis, Tennessee, Wayne Ferris. Going against him, total of 487 pounds. The current holders of the Southern Tag titles, the Dream Machine, and from Australia, the superstar, Bill Dundee. This match, one fall, 60-minute time limit, and the referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Crowd is some kind of buzzing in anticipation of this one here as Kevin Sullivan, the Boston and Ferris across the way. The referee says, let's go, Dave. Championship is underway.
Oh, big backdrop by Bill Dundee, and Wayne Ferris gets out of the ring. Boy, he heads to the corner. A little conference with manager Jimmy Hart. Back up on the apron now, through the rope. Kevin Sullivan in there. Sullivan fires Dundee into the rope. Shoulder butt by Bill Dundee. Sullivan hits the mat. Right hand by Sullivan. Dundee got out of the way of it and threw one of his own. Oh, shoulder butt by Sullivan. Dundee hits the mat. Sullivan ducks under. But he caught the drop kick by Bill Dundee. Dundee drop kicked him through the rope. And Hart helping him back into the ring. Sullivan makes the tag. Wayne Ferris comes back in. Bill Dundee. Oh, wrapped up that right arm. Put a little twist on it. Ferris grabbed his elbow. Ferris drops Dundee down to the mat. Ferris pulling hair, yanks Dundee down to the mat again. Dundee, right fist double, warned about it by the referee. Referee Jerry Calhoun makes Ferris break the hold. Jimmy Hart, lower left corner of your screen here. See him standing up and screaming at the referee and anybody else. Dundee. Goes into the Boston Crab on Wayne Ferris. Sullivan started in. Dundee broke the hold to deal with Sullivan. Ooh, upper arm by Dundee. He follows a cover on Ferris. 1, 2. Wayne Ferris breaks it at the count of 2. Kicked out of it. Dundee over to the corner. Here he comes. Dream Machine. Ferris makes the tag. Here comes Kevin Sullivan back. Sullivan steps in with both fists doubled. Referee Jerry Calhoun stepped in between them. Try to get Sullivan to keep the fist open. Sullivan, body slam by Dream. Dream going to drop with the arm, but Sullivan moved. Dream has his head running to Wayne Ferris's knee in the corner. Dream Machine kicking his way out of the corner, fighting his way out of there. Grabs Ferris. And they return the favor on Ferris. As Bill Dundee's knee was there. Dundee pounding him with the right hand. He's through the ropes. Ferris whipped into the ropes. Dundee around behind. Going for sleeper, looks like. Oh, Sullivan steps in. Jimmy Hart had diverted the referee's attention down the apron about 8 or 10 feet. Count of 2 by Dundee, but Ferris able to break it up at the 2 count. Oh, Dundee came off the rope. Both of them hit the mat. They ran together. Dundee lowered that shoulder. And he knocked Ferris down, but also he went down. Here's Sullivan in after a tag. Kevin Sullivan stomping on Bill Dundee. We're 5 minutes into this match. 5 minutes into a championship match. Southern Tag titles on the line. Overall time limit on it, 1 hour. Ooh, Dundee popped into the ring post.
Referee Jerry Calhoun about to send the challengers to the dressing room with a disqualification, Dave. Fighting out on the floor.
Dundee back in the ring, Ferris in the ring, Sullivan up on the apron, Dream Machine on the apron. Dundee drives Ferris to the mat. Cheap shot, Jimmy Hart says. I think Mr. Hart would have to be a matter of opinion. Ferris hanging back in the corner. Dream Machine springs him loose, whips him into the turnbuckle. Whoa. Ferris was gone when Dream got there. Wayne Ferris up on the middle rope. Drops down with a forearm. Cover. One. Bill Dundee. Ooh, he just drove him off of there. Sullivan working on the Dream Machine. 6 minutes gone. Sullivan on the mat. Tag had been made. The referee doesn't start the count. Ferris, legal man in the ring. Dream Machine using the right. Ferris got him back on the rope. Ooh. Dream Machine. Wow, turnabout fair play. There's a tag on Dundee. Here comes the superstar. Whoa. Woo-hoo. Dundee with a kick. Oh. Cover. 1, 2. And Kevin Sullivan breaks it up. If it hadn't been for Sullivan, I think Dundee very well may have had himself a pin and a win there.
Oh, beautiful.
Dundee follows him in the corner. Monkey flips Ferris out of there. Back to the center of the ring. Ferris on his feet falls to the corner. Dundee going to whip him. He's reversed. Ferris, whoa. Ferris jumped into that corner feet first, and that's the way he's hanging there, feet up in the air.
What a blistering pace, Dave. Unbelievable.
We're at 8 minutes. 8 minutes gone in this championship match. Bill Dundee and the Dream Machine have their Southern Tag Team Championship belts on the line against Wayne Ferris and Kevin Sullivan. Ferris, right fist. Caught Dundee right on the jaw with it. There's cover. Down at 2. Dream Machine saves the day for his team. Crowd chanting, "Go, Bill, go." Bill up in the air. Suplex by Wayne Ferris. That brought Jimmy Hart out of his chair with a cheer. But the Dream Machine is able to get there and prevent the count from starting. Count 2, but Dundee breaks it at the 2 count. That was 2.5. Awful close to a pin here. Wayne Ferris tags out Kevin Sullivan. Whips Bill Dundee into the rope. Got him in a bear hug. Dundee using the right hand. Breaks the hold that Kevin Sullivan has. He hasn't done it yet, though. Sullivan hanging on. All right. Knees buckle. Sullivan still hanging on, though, even though he's off his feet.
He's still putting the pressure with that bear hug, those tremendous muscles of Sullivan.
Dundee, you can see he is not in danger of a pin, at least not right now. Shoulder's not down, but Sullivan doing some damage. He put the squeeze on him. Tag on Ferris. Ferris climbing the rope. Oh, dropped down right across the back with a double forearm. Ferris and Sullivan with Dundee in the air. Double D drop. And a cover by Wayne Ferris. Bill Dundee got the count of 1 on him, but the Dream Machine stopped at that point.
Boy, the way both teams are breaking in the ring, there may never be a pin in here, Dave.
This could go to the 1-hour time limit. Whoa. Ferris. Ooh. Drops Dundee. Count of 1. Dream Machine stops it at the 2 count. Ferris. Boot to the lower part of the back.
They're really working on Billy's back.
Billy trying to battle out of it. He needs a tag on his partner, and he knows it. He starts for the corner. Missed it. Did not get the tag. Kevin Sullivan, Wayne Ferris team to keep him out of the corner. And a tag on the Dream Machine. Sullivan went over and nailed Dream, and Dream was coming after him, but referee Jerry Calhoun sends him back to the corner.
Double team.
Double team again on Dundee. Cover by Sullivan. Here comes Dream Machine. 11 and a half minutes gone. Dundee into the rope. Sullivan again with a bear hug. Sullivan, for the second time in the match, has gotten a bear hug on Bill Dundee. Dundee nailed him with a fist. That stopped it, but Billy starting for the corner, and he still has not been able to get there to tag the Dream Machine. Ferris with a cover. The 2 count. Dream is close enough to break that one up.
Ferris, while Sullivan had him, was over here saying, we got it, we got it. Oh, what a backdrop.
Bill Dundee, been in there a long time, counts at 2, but Dream Machine again, able to break it up. Now 1, 2, Dundee. 2 count again, 3rd time in 30 seconds. Bill Dundee was able to break it at the count of 2. Ferris presses it down to the mat, 2. Dundee, the last ounce of strength he had, apparently. But boy, he stopped it at the 2 count. He has been so close to a pin. He hooks Ferris down. 1, 2. He went for the small package, but could only get a 2 count on Wayne Ferris. Here comes Sullivan. 13 minutes gone. Dundee. Oh, he has really taken a beating the last 4 or 5 minutes. Count of 2 by Kevin Sullivan. 1, 2. Oh, Dundee still able to get that shoulder up before the 3rd count falls.
Hart screaming at the referee. He wasn't counting fast enough.
Ferris pounding Dundee. Makes the tag. Dundee collapses under the middle rope. Sullivan sitting down on the back. Dundee trying to fight back. Oh. Dundee knocked to the mat. 1, 2. He breaks it at the 2 count. Sullivan thrown into the rope, under the rope. Dundee crawling toward the corner, but Wayne Ferris grabs him.
Ferris not being the legal man in the ring.
Right. But he did accomplish his purpose. He kept Bill Dundee from making a legal tag on the Dream Machine. Dundee tied up in the ropes, and Kevin Sullivan taking advantage of the opportunity. fire that right hand at him. Dundee, what a barn burner. Boy, he found the second wind or something, and here he comes. This double pounding Kevin Sullivan. Sullivan drops to the mat. Jimmy Hart pulls the ropes down, and Dundee goes out of the ring onto the floor. Dream Machine working on Ferris. Referees trying to get the Dream Machine back outside and Ferris outside. Down on the floor, Bill Dundee. Referee Jerry Calhoun counting him. Counts at 5. Dundee struggling. He's got one hand on the apron. Counts at 7. Counts at 8. Dundee up on the apron. 9 count through the rope. Sullivan. 1, 2, 3. Got it. Kevin Sullivan got the 3 count on Bill Dundee. And we have ourselves at least a minor upset here. Kevin Sullivan, Wayne Ferris have just taken the Southern Tag titles from Bill Dundee and the Dream Machine. They did it with the assistance. They did it with the assistance of Jimmy Hart. Hart opened the door, so to speak, on those ropes. He spread the ropes apart as Dundee was coming across the ring, and Dundee, instead of hitting the ropes and bouncing off, went right through down onto the floor. When he did get back into the ring, Sullivan hooked him down there and got him for the 3 count and wins it in 15 minutes, 28 seconds.
One, he should have never been out there on the floor. Hart contributing in there, and of course, he'll have a long, sad story to tell about how he had nothing to do with it. I never thought Billy was going to be able to get back in. They'd really been working on his back. I will give Sullivan credit for this. He didn't let him breathe. When he got in through there on that 9 count, he took it and got him down in that crab position and ended up with a 1, 2, 3. And not the short-rate Sullivan and Ferris, but kind of a stunner as the superstar and the Dream end up losing the Southern Tag titles. So we have new AWA champions, Kevin Sullivan, Wayne Ferris, and don't forget the credit that goes to Jimmy Hart, if that's the way you want to put it. We've got more wrestling. What was the time on that again?
15 minutes, 28 seconds.
15:28 in the win to Sullivan and Ferris, the new champs. Back in a moment after we take time out for this. Action in just a moment. Hey, I want to remind you, on the 10th, that's tomorrow, Campbellsville, Kentucky. Big action there Thursday, May the 14th, Huntingsburg, Indiana. Now, let me tell you about a super card. I'll give you the entire card a little bit later because it is so big. I do want to remind you that it is going to contain a Southern Tag Team title match that'll have Kevin Sullivan and Wayne Ferris, the new Southern Tag champs, defending against Bill Dundee and the Dream Machine.
That's pretty, boy, and look
Everybody
at this belt.
just saw it.
This belt that belongs to me and his belt belongs to him. We're the champs. That's all I got to say.
You are the champions. There's no doubt about that, but we saw it.
You know, Jimmy, you hold on to that belt because it says Southern on it, and I don't want anything to do with the South around my waist. I'm afraid it may rub off.
No time limit, no disqualification. Don't forget that, Kevin Sullivan, and it's going to be a match that'll have Terry Funk. By the way, I looked at that interview that your buddy sent in here, and we're not going to show it, Jimmy Hart. He's going against Jerry Lawler. It'll be settling up time, but we're not going to show the interview.
Well, that's cool, Lance. Let me tell you something, Lawler. Funk's coming after you with everything he has got in his body. He's been laying up there in that hospital bed, and, baby, he's coming back, and I feel so sorry for you. I feel so sorry for you for 2 things, man, for what you did to him, and it's payback time now, baby, and I promise you, you'll never make that trip to Louisville ever again.
Yeah, well, I can tell you one thing. If you're talking about what Funk continues to talk about, and after what we saw in there and what he said about Lawler in the interview, there wasn't anything intentional or anything else. Well, you know, Funk, I don't have to tell you about the whole thing. Just remember this, that it will be happening in the Louisville Gardens Tuesday night when that action gets underway with Jerry the King Lawler against Terry Funk. And in addition to that, that no time limit, no disqualification match for the Southern Tag Team titles. You folks just saw how the titles changed hand in there. And Dundee and the Dream are going to be after Ferris and Sullivan all Tuesday night. Be there.
Tag team match about to get underway. It'll be a 15-minute time limit match. And we've got Eddie Gilbert, Coco Ware stepping up onto the ring apron right now. Here come their opponents. The big guys out of Tombstone territory. They got their manager with them. And as soon as they make their way into the ring, we'll be ready with the official introductions for a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Introducing at a total of 427 pounds from Union City, Tennessee, Coco Ware, and from Lexington, Tennessee, Eddie Gilbert. Going against them, total weight 529 pounds with their manager, Jimmy Kent, the Bounty Hunters, Jerry and David Novak. This match one fall, 15-minute time limit, and the referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Okay, the huge Bounty Hunters wrestling out of Tombstone territory. Their manager, Jimmy Kent, Eddie Gilbert, Coco Ware. I've been impressed always when I've seen these two guys together. Bell time, and here we go. Gilbert and Ware, it has really been interesting to watch them come along and progress in professional wrestling, Davey. They have great speed. They both are really fine, natural athletes, and wow. Big hip toss as David Novak, starting out for the Bounty Hunters, puts Eddie Gilbert. Gilbert says, okay, that's one for you. David fires him back off. Eddie Gilbert once again caught as Novak moved around, planted the hip, and look, Eddie Gilbert takes him back over. Coco giving a lot of support to Eddie in there. Jerry Novak, the bigger of the two Bounty Hunters, taking over. Gilbert, good move. Complain about the hair. Jimmy Kent strolling down the way, and the referee said, go back and sit down in your chair. Bounty Hunters, former tag champions themselves. Their rise to prominence was kind of as stunning as the loss of the title by Dundee and Dream today. Kent brought them out of Canada.
Yeah.
Brought them down here, and no, Dave and I, neither one. Nobody hardly had ever heard of the Bounty Hunters. And they won the championship and held it for quite some time. Big drop kick. He almost went over his head, Dave.
He was 6 feet off that mat. And he fired that drop kick at it.
Coco Ware with those spring steel legs fired in by David Jerry. He puts him down. Coco, Eddie Gilbert, firing another one. Big drop kick. David and Jerry have a little conference with Jimmy Kent. Slow the pace down and keep Coco's drop kick from kicking her brains out. Oh, Coco out of the way, and Jerry got his own partner. But Jerry Novak got him. Yeah, here's where that tremendous size and strength of Jerry Novak pays off. If he can slow you down and get you into his type of match, the Bounty Hunters count on that. Leaning on their opponents. Tag out, David in, whip, backdrop. Coco bounces hard off the mat. David doesn't give him a chance. He storms in with that knee, and the referee saying, come on, let go of the rope. And Kent, cheap shot specialist, Eddie Gilbert coming around. He's ready to take Kent on right down there on the floor as Kent, while the referee was trying to get David back away from the ropes, took a cheap shot at Coco on the floor. This is manager's do-it-to-it day.
Yeah.
Big toss. Ooh. Jerry going for the abdominal grab on Coco Ware. He got a 1 count, but normally you can't get a pin out of a abdominal grab.
We're 4 minutes into the action.
Crowd trying to get Coco inspired. Elbow miss. Drop it. Beauty. David scoots in without the tag, puts the knee on Coco, slows him down. His head slammed into the foot of David Novak, and there's Kent. Whoa! Bell! Jimmy Kent.
Mr. Kent disqualified, I think.
Disqualification on Jimmy Kent, and it's awarded to Eddie Gilbert and Coco Ware as Kent got up out of that chair. The referee apparently beat him back to the corner, Dave, and saw him come up out of it and hit Coco right in the back. And come on, Jimmy. No, you're not talking to me. No, not. Will you quit it? Now just get out of here. You're not going to make an interview. You don't have an interview here. What was the official time, Dave? Jimmy, will you get out of here?
4:32 was the time on it.
You can talk
4:32.
later. We're not going to talk right now.
Everybody else, Lance Russell.
Listen, you just got a disqualification on you guys. Now get out of here. No, you're not going to talk to me now. Tell you what, let's do. Let's take a break right now, and we're going to be back. Will you?
Every time you hit the...
Hey, this, of course, is another continuing story that Jimmy Hart is now the manager. Yeah, well,
Right where it belongs,
yeah, I see where it belongs. I understand that.
Look at this, Memphis. Look at this.
Yeah. You know, and I think it's all fitting that you should have it around your waist, too, because you were as much responsible for the upset win of Ferris and Sullivan as they were in there, and I know you got
Shut up, Porky. Tell that big fat slob to shut up over there. I'm so sick of these people down here. I'm paying. Let me tell you something. I am on top of the world right now, baby, because did I not tell you? I said one of these days I'm going to be right back with the Southern Heavyweight Champions, and it couldn't please me more better because of that big fat dream machine. You know what? Sure, it hurt me a little bit when the dream left me. You know why? Because I had so much advertising space sold on that big fat stomach of his, man. He cost me a lot of money. That's the only way he cost me any money. I'm the one that put the woo in the dream, baby. I feel fantastic, Russell. What do you want to say to me? Anything you want to say?
Well, I just want to find out if you, in fact, are going to be able to sustain. You've had a little trouble keeping some of your high-priced talent in line in here, and Dutchman.
Well, I don't care.
Just a minute. Excuse me just a minute.
Come on, Jimmy.
Lance Russell, I want to talk to you.
No, listen, Jimmy, I told you not today. You're not scheduled for an interview.
Look, I've been trying to run you down. I've been trying to get an opportunity to talk to you.
Yeah, I know you've been trying to run everybody down.
You give Hart all the chance to talk. You give the Dream, the Dundee,
Jimmy,
all of them. I don't have
get out of
another
here.
chance.
We don't need you in here. I have an interview with Jimmy
Why
Hart.
come I can't make an interview?
Well,
I'm tired of being on the bottom.
I'll tell you.
I can't never get a chance to make an interview.
I can handle it
I
where
can't get
you
a
don't
title
have to
shot
ever
because
have
nobody
any
gives me a
interviews
chance
in
to
here.
say
Now, just get out of
anything.
here.
Excuse me. Jimmy, I might be able to help you out, man, if you listen to me. I want to tell you something. If you don't mind me saying this, I'm going to shoot straight with you, and I'll tell you exactly why you're on the bottom and I'm on top. First of all, turn right around here to this camera. Get a close-up of this. Look at this red on this man's neck right here.
Jimmy, not just
Look at this.
you
No,
guys
come on.
knock it off.
Wait a minute. I'm shooting straight with you. You want to know the truth? And I'll tell you the truth. When I was in the 7th grade of high school, man, I used to come out and see you at ringside, and I thought, boy, Jimmy Kent, he's quick, he's fast, he's sharp. Until I got to know you, man, you're complete.
Okay.
So look, wait a minute. I'm talking now. I'm helping the man out here. Listen to me. Look at this. Look at this big fat. Look at this big fat beer belly. Look at the big fat belly, man. You are ignorant like the people out here are ignorant. From now on, I'm going to be from Boston, Massachusetts, baby. That's where you ought to be from, maybe. But see, you fit in with all these people. He fits in with these people out here. Now, did I not shoot straight with him? Did I not shoot straight? You're ignorant. That's just the whole thing.
Okay,
You're stupid,
Jimmy,
man.
okay, I'm through with
You know
both
what? I'm
of
trying
you.
to help the man out.
Would you just
I'm trying to
leave?
help the man out. I'm
Would you
trying to help
leave?
you out, man.
Both
And
of you,
that's it.
interviews
So look at
terminated
it. Look at
in
yourself.
here.
Look at your boots, your pants. Look at your shirt tail.
Okay,
right
we've
there.
got
Look at this beautiful
plenty of
outfit.
action. Hey, come on, Jimmy. Jimmy!
Let me tell you one thing.
I tell you what, this town ain't big enough for the both of us.
Now,
You
get out of
understand me?
here. Hey, listen.
Yeah, he's big enough for the
I'm
both of us.
telling you.
And I'm going to stop your head in.
I'm gonna
challenge you to a match,
If you don't get out of here,
you get your men.
you and
those
your
will be a
men never
loser
will
these
appear on the
men.
television. Now
You
get out.
understand me?
Don't hit
Trying
him.
to kick your
Don't
tail
hit him.
in.
Jimmy, now get out of here. I don't want to have any more of this stuff. We're going to take time out, and we're going to...
I'll kill you, you know.
Take time out, and we'll be back. Don't really believe there's any way I can tell you how that action is going to be Tuesday night in the Louisville Gardens. The last 3 matches alone, listen to this. 6-man, loser leave town battle, no time, no disqualification. The Turk El Toro and Jimmy Hart against the Bounty Hunters and Jimmy Kent. Now, you'll understand the entire thing here by the time that you've seen this whole show, and we're going to be looking forward to that one. Plus, a Southern Tag Team title match. No time, no disqualification. Wayne Ferris, Kevin Sullivan, newly crowned champions, face the former champions, the superstar Bill Dundee and his partner, the Big Dream Machine. And then, well, I guess it had to come. Terry Funk with Jimmy Hart in his corner going against Jerry the King Lawler. And it will maybe leave the Louisville Gardens in shambles when that's all over with. You be there Tuesday night.
This is a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match at 197 pounds from Memphis, Tennessee. On the left of your screen, David Price. And on the right of your screen, from Oil Trough, Texas, 224 pounds, Dutch Mantell. One fall, 15-minute time limit, referee Jerry Calhoun.
This is, by the way, a non-title bout, Dutch being the TV champion, Dave.
Yes, but the title not on the line in this one. Dutchman with David Price back in the ropes with the shoulder, drives him back into those ropes. Puts him across the ring. Bottom of the foot to the midsection. Nothing wrong with that. It's legal as long as it's a flat part, not the point of the toe, and the Dutchman in control early in this fall. Dutch Mantell with a headlock on David Price. Right hand. Price battling back. Got the Dutchman in the corner. Using the forearm across the chest. Dutchman gets Price back in the corner. Dutchman got a twist on that left arm. Price got away from him, but back into a corner, and Dutch put the arm behind the back. Minute and a half gone. But all Dutch Mantell so far. Price whipped into the rope. Upper arm by Dutch Mantell drives Price to the mat. Dutch put a twist on that arm. He was kind of popping Price a little bit. Price got upset. Dutch really nailed him with one. The Dutchman.
Oh, he hammered him. David getting a chorus today, the young fella. This Mantell is tough.
Yes,
Boy,
he is
tough.
Boy, he's got the moves, and he's rugged inside. There's cover. 1, 2, and 3. 2 minutes, 39 seconds of action. Dutch Mantell, as you said, Price kind of got a lesson in how it's done. It was Dutch in control from the opening bell. And Mantell walks away with a win in 2 minutes, 39 seconds over David Price.
Yeah, kind of a a tough school to learn in when you have to do it against a guy like Dutch. But David's coming along, and boy, he found out some more of it today. That there is a difference in that experience. Dutch, the winner. We've got more tag action coming up with the Japanese team of Onita and Fuchi. We'll be back to that in just a moment.
Tag team match, and hey, we got a substitution here on one side of the ring. So does Coco Ware stepping in as Roy Rogers' partner.
We got another substitution. We got nobody on the other side of the ring.
Well, the referee there.
Yeah,
I don't know,
Jerry
handicap
Calhoun
match
against
maybe.
Rogers and Coco Ware, as there has been no appearance of the Japanese team of Onita and Fuchi with Tojo Yamamoto. Wow.
Bell again.
Rogers leaving now. Coco's left up there all by himself.
Uh-oh, here comes the Japanese team now. Fuchi and Onita with Tojo Yamamoto, their manager, with him. Coco is over there in his corner by himself. We've got to get his partner back in here.
Oh, where Roy went. Here he comes
back.
All right, now let's
I think we're ready. It's going to be to the expiration of time. Team with the most falls to their credit. When the time expires, will be the winners of the match. Introducing at a total of 438 pounds on the right of your screen. From Union City, Tennessee, Coco Ware. And from Nashville, Tennessee, Roy Rogers. Going against them, total of 451 pounds. With their manager, Tojo Yamamoto. From Nagasaki, Mr. Onita. And from Hiroshima, Masa Fuchi. Match to the expiration of time. Referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Okay, it'll be Fuchi starting out on this side. It'll be on the far side, Roy Rogers, bell time, and we are off and running. Roy Rogers, Masa Fuchi. From Hiroshima. Onita from Nagasaki. Tojo Yamamoto in the corner, providing the brain thrust of this international team. Roy Rogers, a couple of good moves, and Fuchi decides to turn it over to Onita. Onita, the stockier of the two wrestlers. Although there's not a lot of difference. Whoa, Onita grabbed a handful of hair, and referee Jerry Calhoun in to remind him that that is against the rules. That's tag on Coco. Coco doing double duty today as he is back in with Onita and Fuchi, which is okay with me because I love to see Coco in action. Boy, he's a dandy.
Yes, indeed. He already has one win to his credit today. He and his partner won on a disqualification earlier.
Yes.
Trying to get a share of a second victory here.
Roy, we had here, I think, on Championship Wrestling in his second professional or fourth professional match. Or
I believe it was his second. I think you're right. Second professional match. Young man has good size and looks like one of the stars of the future. It's that school of experience that he's in right now, though, against both of the Japanese. Masa Fuchi has him on the mat.
Ooh, there's a little experience. Thank you, man. Big chop from Fuchi. Rogers dumped hard over the shoulder. Chin locked, and Fuchi going for the nose, eyes, whatever. Rogers kicked back into the corner. Tag out on Onita. Onita after Rogers at the eyes on the rope. We've still got 3 or 4 minutes or so in our expiration of time. While the presence of Coco changes the situation somewhat. Onita and Fucci must be considered the favorites coming in. They have an excellent reputation, and we've seen what they can do. And with Yamamoto, yeah, he's saying go after his eyes. I can see right away. Well, Jojo. We have had our problem with managers today.
Yes, sir.
And you could hear that one downtown. He really busted him. Roy trying to get to the corner and tag Coco. Big hip toss from Fucci. He plants a foot and rattles him good. Referee over to check out the tag as Coco down the rope saying, hey, he's choking him. Tag on Onita. Off the second rope, Onita. Bounces down. And Roy drops close to the corner, but not in it. Kojo sending semaphore signals with the Japanese rising sun flag. Onita, just a little unnecessarily vicious with Roy Rogers. They've got him under control. They just don't want him to tag Coco. Fucci takes the tag and comes in. Tags one on Roy Rogers.
Good 4.5 minutes in the action. 4.5 gone.
Ooh. Right in the face. Flat of the foot. It was legal. Doesn't stop it from being painful, but it was legal. Yamamoto down on the floor was in a threatening position on Rogers. We've had one disqualification because of a manager today. Onita continuing to abuse Rogers. There's the tag. Coco. Big flip over the rope. Coming after Onita and Fucci. There's that drop kick. Big one again. He's dinged him. Coco Ware going to town. And Onita stepped back. Fired the feet away. 2, 3, and he got him. Oh, man. Tough break for Coco.
He just kind of batted him down out of the air. Onita braced himself, stepped back 2 steps, and with his hands deflected the feet. And Coco
threw him aside and then came right down at him and got that cover on him. And did you notice the little gesture at the end? Yeah. I understand. Fucci.
Always win, you say.
Always win. I did understand that. But, well, I guess we got to take time out, and we'll be back in just a moment. Back into action here on Channel 3's Championship Wrestling in just a moment. Well, Tuesday night at the Louisville Gardens, it all comes to a head. We're not entirely proud of all of the action that happened on the Jerry Lawler-Terry Funk thing, but it has to be settled, and it will Tuesday night. Jerry, I want you to know, we said it a little bit earlier, the interview that Funk sent in here, we are not going to show. There's no way we're going to air it.
There's no way you could air anything like that. I saw the interview. And I just want to say, you know, Lance, I've been wrestling for about 10 years now, and I have never been involved in a situation like this that has created more controversy, more unrest in any particular area than this thing with Terry Funk. And all because I showed up for a match that I didn't even want to begin with. But I want this word to get to Terry Funk. You know, I saw the interview, and I want the fans in Louisville to realize one thing, and one thing that's very important. It may not be a very pretty sight down there Tuesday night, because in watching that interview, Terry Funk is not coming to Louisville to try to pin me or beat me. He's not going to be satisfied with pinning my shoulders to the mat. He's not going to be content with getting his hand raised and being declared the winner. He made it very clear through his statements that he is here with one thing in mind, and that's an eye for an eye. Now, I want the people to also understand that I've said before, it was not my fault. It was an unintentional accident. But Funk's eye is not hurt nearly as bad as he would have everyone to believe. But he has convinced himself that he's blind. He's still wearing that patch over his eye, and he's coming here Tuesday night to do the same thing to me. Well, let me tell you something, Terry Funk. I showed up for the other match. I didn't even want it. I'm going to show up for that Tuesday night, too. And I got one word of warning for you, Terry Funk. If you even make one move, just make one little move like you're going for my eye, and it may well be the last move you ever make in your life.
Jerry the King Lawler, Terry Funk, they will meet Louisville Gardens Tuesday night.
Well, we had to change titles today. The AWA Southern Tag titles now belong to Kevin Sullivan and Wayne Ferris. They defeated Bill Dundee and the Dream Machine. Coco Ware, Eddie Gilbert won their match. Dutch Mantell was a winner. Mr. Onita and Masafuchi winning their match, too.
Well, it turned out to be our good luck to have it here on TV. Turned out to be the Dream and Dundee's bad luck, contributed in the main by Hart. It's all the time that we've got for Dave Brown. Lance Russell saying, till next week, bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of Championship Wrestling.